Hi, everyone, and welcome to the Holistic Approach to Weight Loss, the 5 Pillars to Optimum Health workshop. My name is Terry Van Bree, and I'm going to be presenting the workshop to you today. So that's me. If some of you have never met me, we've only done things sort of online, that's me. First, I'm going to talk about what I do and what got me to this place of presenting workshops to you guys and bringing to you holistic health. So first, I am a registered holistic nutritionist in Ontario, and I'm a professional trained in natural nutrition and complementary therapies. My principal function is to educate individuals and groups about the benefits and health impact of optimal nutrition. My workshops are all for general information. I do several, including one that's called FAB, which is for Fabulously Aging Baby Boomers. It's really for anybody, and it addresses aging well. I do one on brain building. I do a reset workshop and challenge that some of you have been involved with. And I'm currently creating one that addresses inflammation, which is really the root of all disease. If you feel like after this workshop or any of my workshops that you need a little bit more information, more personal attention, you have more, say, medical issues that you would like addressed than what a workshop does, you can always set up an individual appointment with me. And what happens during with individual services is I really counsel considering the whole person while providing recommendations aimed at helping you achieve a healthy balance in your life. At an initial consultation, I would take a look at your history and include reviewing personal, medical, and emotional well-being. I would take a look at your concerns and your symptoms, and from this information, you'll be provided a plan, an action plan, tailored specifically for you that includes recommendations regarding diet, supplements to support your transformation, and lifestyle considerations. Often people are overwhelmed by what they think they need to do to achieve a healthy lifestyle, but all the recommendations I would give you are based on your comfort level, and I give you the steps that you can take to put into place a healthy nutritional journey and a healthy path. You'd be surprised at what a different small steps can make towards improving your overall sense of well-being. I'm going to jump into my story here. And first, I'm going to let you know I'm recording this at home. So if you hear my cat in the background making a little visit, that's all that is. Again, so back to my story, how I got to be a registered holistic nutritionist, what got me here, really started with these two kiddos here. These are my daughters. They're grown now. They're 22 and 24. But about 21 years ago, each one had been either diagnosed with ear infections and chest infections. I was told they were going to have to be on puffers and have tubes in their ears and probably be on antibiotics often. And that really didn't sit well with me. I knew instinctively that there had to be a different sort of reality for them. So I did a little bit of research on my own, which was difficult because we were just starting on the internet, but did a lot of reading and found a naturopath in Sarnia. And she was also a homeopath. So we did some of the things that she suggested by changing our diet, took some homeopathic remedies, and we really saw big changes in the girls' health with those small changes that we made. But as the years went by, about 20 years, life happened. I went through divorce. I opened and closed 4 health and wellness centers. Contracted meningitis, lost and gained a pile of weight, suffered from insomnia, which we'll get into a little bit later. I still suffer a bit from now. Was involved in a rollover accident on the 402, found a large mass in my breast, and really endured a lot of years of stress and pain because of all the things that had gone on. And my final wake-up call about my health was our whole family, 17 of us, were in the Dominican Republic, and I completely ruptured a disc in my back, which was a result of the car accident that I had earlier. I spent a day in a Dominican hospital and was drugged on Dominican pain relievers just to sort of get through the week until I could fly home. So when I got home, I really couldn't ignore my health anymore. I had to get really serious about the things that I already knew about making small changes. At that point, I'd already started my education in holistic nutrition, and I was already going to the gym and the chiropractor. So I started changing my workouts at the gym. I was lifting a lot of heavy weights at the time because I loved it, but it was just stressing out the areas that were already stressed in my body. I started seeing the chiropractor about 3 times a week for a long time. And then I found out that everything I needed to do nutritionally for my back to get rid of the inflammation, to get rid of the pain. And I really delved into that. And along the way, I realized that I had completely exhausted my adrenal glands from all the stress I had been under. My cortisol levels were through the roof, and I had become estrogen dominant. And at that same time, I wondered why I couldn't lose any weight. So this right now is about 3 years after that full rupture of my back, and I have healed my back. And my true test was a year ago. I had almost 2 years ago. I had set a goal for myself. I signed up to climb Mount Kilimanjaro to raise money for Big Brothers Big Sisters in Sarnia, who I'm involved with, mentoring a little girl. But I thought, if I in a year can get myself healthy enough and fit enough and my back in a place that I can climb that mountain, then I know that I'm on the right path and I'm doing what I should be doing. So right about now, a year ago now, I left for Tanzania, Africa, and happy to say that I climbed Mount Kilimanjaro in February. We left in January, but we ended up climbing the mountain in February. I've gotten my hormone levels where they should be, and the weight is slowly coming off. We're going to talk about the weight loss program after this, and we'll get to where I am with that. I'm still working on the sleep thing, the insomnia thing, but it is much better than it was a year ago, 2 years ago. And I did all of this with nutrition. I eliminated a lot of inflammatory foods that I didn't really realize were inflammatory. I ate more health-giving foods. Got really serious about supplementation, got in the nutrients I was lacking, and rejuvenated those adrenal glands. I continued with my chiropractic care and my exercise. I started walking. I had to walk to and build up my endurance to climb the mountain, so I continued that. Still lifted some weights, but not the heavy weights that I was lifting. And now this year, I've actually started adding yoga to my regimen that I do weekly. So I'm really happy that I've done that. I also want to say I am not perfect. I don't eat everything organic. I don't juice or eat kale at every meal. I do believe in being gentle with yourself and making small choices and changes in the right direction. I believe everyone wanting to get to their sort of happy place with their health and the health of their family, you can do it, and you can take the steps towards it. So that's my story. Like right now, I'd like you to just maybe in your head, or if you have a paper available, write down some of the goals that you're wanting from your health, goals that you're wanting from this weight loss approach, a holistic approach to weight loss, and listening to this workshop, webinar, whatever you want to call this, what you're wanting from it, why you wanted to do this. So my goals, of course, are just to have optimum health, to prevent some diseases, to get, completely eliminate inflammation, that sort of thing. So today, I'm recording this at night, Tuesday night. You guys are going to get this Wednesday morning in your inbox. You can listen to it whenever. We're going to look at the 5 pillars that make up the holistic approach to weight loss. And the 5 pillars that I've discovered over years of being involved with the weight loss industry and holistic sort of approach to things are that people really struggle with are systemic imbalances, getting in the good raw materials, exercise, emotions, and restoration. So like I said, holistic medicine approaches the whole person as a whole being, addressing the root causes of our problem rather than merely treating the symptoms. So if you come to me as an individual client outside of my workshop, I'm not going to treat arthritis. I'm not going to treat heart disease. I'm going to get to the root problem, why you have arthritis, why you have pain, why your heart isn't healthy where it should be. We're going to look at your strengths and weaknesses and to address that, not just the symptoms. So as a result, a holistic approach can help you achieve meaningful long-term weight loss. Where other weight loss efforts fail, a holistic weight loss program can help you shed extra pounds while understanding the comprehensive causes and effects of weight gain and loss. So, again, why holistic weight loss? Weight loss in itself is not a disease, but it can contribute to overeating, obesity, heart disease, stroke, various types of cancer. So maintaining a healthy weight is ideal, and it is a key component of overall health, not just to weight loss, but your overall health. Not only will a healthy weight help prevent debilitating diseases, it will also result in a higher quality of life. And who doesn't want that? So basically, weight is largely a function of two components, diet and exercise. A holistic weight loss program helps you work with the underlying causes of a weight problem on both sides of that. So why do you eat more than you should? How can you eat in a healthier way? Why do you not exercise enough? How can you improve your exercise regimen? What factors, including physical, psychological, and social, are contributing to your diet and exercise decisions? Discovering the answers to these questions can help you avoid undesirable patterns that prevent you from achieving your optimal weight. This is the key to long-term weight loss, and this is the core of the holistic approach. Like I said earlier, I've been in the weight loss industry and natural nutrition world for a lot of years. During these years, about 20 years, I've discovered and worked hard to find sort of the underlying reasons why people gain weight and live with stubborn issues surrounding unwanted excess weight. Figuring out this has led to the 5 pillars that need to be addressed to make up a highly effective way to release unwanted fat and weight. So those 5 pillars, and we're going to go through them one by one in a little bit. But number 1 is systemic imbalances. Number 2 is getting in those raw materials. Number 3 is exercise. 4 is emotions. And 5 is restoration, just to list them again for you. So number 1, systemic imbalances. These are the systematic imbalances I see most often that undermine weight loss efforts and create weight loss resistance. It's hormonal imbalances. The hormones that make you feel full, the hormones that make you want to eat. Those sort of things can really get out of whack. A lot of people have exhausted adrenals that also lead to an overtaxed thyroid and makes it not working sufficiently. And neurotransmitters can be a really big one too, how you relate to food. So in one word, weight loss is balance. Think of your body like your home. When everything is running smoothly in my house, I can create delicious meals in a well-organized kitchen. I can entertain and enjoy my guests. I feel at peace, yet poised to resolve anything that might come up. Even my family seems to get along better when the house is in order. This is also true of our bodies. When all the major systems are in balance, we not only feel good, but our adrenal glands are able to protect us, our hormones relay the messages smoothly, our digestive system can adequately nourish us, and we can efficiently get rid of or detoxify the things we don't need. All of our systems depend on one another, and if one is out of balance, the others can suffer, making weight loss a miserable uphill battle. Discovering if you have a systemic imbalance in your body may be the missing piece of your weight loss puzzle. Whether it's a hormonal imbalance, adrenal dysfunction, neurotransmitter, digestive, inflammatory, or detoxification system imbalance, correcting it is the key to natural and lasting weight loss and to your overall health. Because once your body is restored to its natural balance, excess weight will come off. Over the past year, I've decreased my adrenal fatigue, and we talked about how I did that. And therefore, now my thyroid is in better shape. And your thyroid is what controls your metabolism. It's what burns fat. It's what gives you energy. It's how you're going to use nutrients. It controls all of that. So because these two are now in better balance, my body is ready to release unwanted fat. And I told you I was going to tell you sort of where I'm at with that. Had slowly been releasing it during the fall. Over Christmas, sort of took a break from concentrating on that. January 1 again started what I'm going to be teaching you today and what's going to be coming up in the challenge running in February. just implementing everything I've learned and doing it every day and supporting myself with that. So, number two, the second pillar that we're going to look at is getting in the right raw materials, the nutrients that your body needs. Most of us were raised to think that if we only ate less and exercised more, we could easily lose weight. I found out the hard way that calories in and calories out concept just doesn't work for everyone. When I was just 12, I was made to join Weight Watchers to lose weight, and I followed all the rules. I counted calories religiously and exercised vigorously, and I lost the weight my family and Weight Watchers thought I should lose. As I got older and had two kids, everything changed and I piled on the weight. My emotions and stress levels were not controlled and were definitely not in balance. I went to a weight loss center and lost 70 pounds. I maintained this weight loss until I got sick with meningitis and experienced all the stress and trauma that I talked about earlier. I wasn't paying attention to what types of food I was eating. I truly thought I had good nutrition. And like I said, I could not figure out why I couldn't lose this weight again. No matter how much I exercised, how much I looked at what I was eating, I couldn't figure it out. So no doubt we'll continue to hear that it all comes down to calories and willpower. But the reality is if you eat 1,200 calories of junk versus 1,200 calories of balanced nutrition, the messages your body receives are drastically different, no matter how much you exercise. Making that a lifelong pattern and over time, no matter what the Twinkie diet guru says, it's going to make a huge difference in your wellness and your waistline. What's more, you can have the discipline of a saint, but if you are sensitive to a certain food and continue to eat it, whether knowingly or unknowingly, you are perpetuating a whole cascade of negative messages throughout your body that contribute further to weight gain and illness. But all of this is just the start of why relying on restricting calories to lose weight can get you into trouble down the road. Food is a form of information, so the kinds of calories you eat really do matter. Making them worthwhile is important, and eating as well as you can about 85% of the time is also important. This leaves room to treat yourself every once in a while, and here's how to really make sure that you're getting in what you do need, the raw materials that you need. Number one, you're going to strive to eat whole natural foods. Load up on veggies, fruit, emphasize plant-based proteins like nuts and legumes. Use whole grains in moderation rather than refined flours and sugars, and select high-quality meats and fish. The less processed, the better. As you get to know me better, you're going to know I am the police on processed food. I don't believe it should be in anybody's house. We shouldn't be feeding it to our kids and setting them up for a lifelong challenges of not eating it. It's addictive. It's loaded with salt and sugar. I just am so against any sort of processed food. You want to help your metabolism operate at full capacity with a high-quality multivitamin mineral complex and a combination of nutrients to specifically support your metabolism and burn fat. This micronutrient and phytonutrient support will help you ensure that your cellular pathways are continuously supplied to function well each day. One that I really, really like, especially if you feel that sugar is sort of an issue in your life, is adding some good quality chromium to your life on top of a good multivitamin mineral supplement. So chromium is something that we're going to touch on during the challenge that runs in February as well. You should explore herbal formulas to help you get to the bottom of your weight loss resistance. If you have tried everything to lose weight, you may have a systemic imbalance blocking you from your best natural weight. Looking into targeted phytotherapeutic herbs to bring your body back into balance is really important. Drink plenty of clear, filtered spring water, mineral water, or freshly brewed or iced herbal tea or green tea each day to help you flush any built-up clutter from your system. And one that I don't have on the slide here, but is really important too, is keeping a journal and engaging in other self-monitoring techniques to help you make more aware decisions about what you're eating. Sometimes merely seeing a list of everything that you consume through the day, of course, is going to help you avoid trips to the kitchen. More fundamentally, reflecting on the emotions, drives, and outcomes associated with what you're eating and how you're exercising can help shed light on otherwise visceral and often unmanageable struggle of weight loss. And there's just some yummy whole foods that will be recommended on the challenge and that you can easily implement into every day to your diet. Number 3, exercise. I'm going to tell you, to be honest, it's my least favorite. I don't love exercising. I know I have to exercise, and I'm always thankful and grateful every day that I do it, because it does make me feel better. And the most important thing is that you find an exercise that feels good for you. Physical activity in conjunction with a sound diet is a core component of holistic weight loss. Exercise does more than just burn calories. It changes your chemistry. It releases powerful neurotransmitter, strengthens and revitalizes muscles, increases energy, and contributes to happiness, tranquility, and a sense of well-being. Any attempt at weight loss would be incomplete without it. In developing your workout regimen, find a routine that addresses your unique needs, that challenges you appropriately, and most importantly, something that makes you feel good, something that you really, really enjoy. Finding the joy in taking care of yourself is a cornerstone of holistic medicine. So just supplying your body with the right raw materials helps weight loss efforts and benefits overall health and longevity, but so does exercise. But there's no need to kill yourself either. You don't need to be running on the treadmill for an hour, that sort of thing. The only 2 guidelines that I have for exercise that I suggest to all my clients is try to fit it in 4 times a day and do something that you love. There are so many ways to exercise. Some women, other clients that I know, fold exercise into their daily routine by biking or walking to work or playing with their kids, while others prefer to set a specific time aside from their busy lives to exercise. Whether you go dancing with your partner, climb trails on the weekends, train at the gym, attend a yoga class, or simply take a walk with your dog, exercise is a wonderful component to weight loss and essentially to keeping your weight off. Number 4, pay attention to your emotional health. I don't really think a lot of people pay enough attention to how food makes them feel. We often subconsciously equate food with love and turn to the warmth of a hot meal or a lift from something sweet. I've seen a lot of people whose weight loss issues stem back to childhood relationships with food and the family members that served it. These layers run deep and may very well change the neurochemistry of the brain if unhealthy connections between food and love are reinforced over the years. We talked a little about neurotransmitters at the beginning. This is where this comes in. Another important piece to natural weight loss puzzle is having adequate support. I've heard so many success stories from people who start their new weight loss program with a friend. They share recipe ideas, talk about what works and what doesn't, and find encouragement when they need it. And it helps to know someone is there for you, someone who not only knows how to listen, but also who has the experience and training to help you with the personal weight loss challenges. That's where our challenge that's running in February is going to fall into place. You're going to have access to me through email and text whenever you need support. If you don't have that friend, or if your friend is struggling as well, or your family member is struggling as well, you can always ask me, email me, and I'll get you that support that you need. Something that's really, really important also about when we're looking at emotional health, your emotional health, is giving yourself positive messages. And it doesn't have to just mean weight loss, but that's what we're talking about. So it is tempting to turn to food and your relationship to it into an enemy. Many of us, often as a result of childhood and environment, punish ourselves for our food choices or use of food as a means of self-control. You know, I had a really good day. I was good today, so I'm going to have a cookie. Or I was bad. I had a cookie. There shouldn't be any sort of connection that way. You're not a good or a bad person because you enjoyed a cookie. You just had a cookie. Oftentimes this only reinforces a weight problem because it gives you that feeling of guilt, and then you want to feed that guilt, so you turn to food again. It makes it even more difficult to lose that weight when you get tied up into those sort of negative messages. So people who had parents that use food as a means of control to instill a certain discipline or redirect a child's behavior are more likely to be obese as adults. So one way to break this pattern is to encourage those positive messages. Phrases such as "I can control my eating" or "my desire for a snack will soon pass" can help reinforce positive behavior. Similarly, positive thoughts such as "I love being healthy" or "I'm proud that I ate responsibly today" can help reframe your relationship with food. Another one that I really like to use too is visualization, and there's many techniques to that. There's some apps that you can get on your phone that we're going to talk about during the challenge as well to help you visualize how you want to look at the end of your weight loss, when you reach your weight loss goal. So no one loses weight just by sitting around and thinking about it, but visualizing can make it easier to keep your eye on the prize. Time spent visualizing will that will look sorry, I'm going to start that over. Time spent visualizing what you will look like and how you will feel with less weight can help remind you why you're doing this in the first place. It can also help you imagine the behavior and lifestyle choices necessary for successful weight loss. So try visualizing enjoying exercise. Visualize a dress that you want to wear or a holiday you want to have and feel comfortable on once you've lost your weight. All of those visual messages will really help keep you motivated as well. Now we're going to move to pillar number 5, which I think is, if not the most important, one of the most important ones. Refilling your cup every day. This is the most important piece. The fast-paced lifestyle women, all of us, lead these days offer us very little downtime. This can be a setup for weight gain, even for those of us who love to be on the go. We all need between 6 and 8 hours of sleep every night to heal from the stress of the day. The reason this matters for natural weight loss has much to do with your adrenal glands. Your body needs to feel safe emotionally and physically in order to shed the extra padding it's using to protect itself. Imbalanced adrenal glands, these are the glands that are involved in your fight or flight response, hormonal balance, blood sugar, and more. They are a physical, when they're imbalanced, there's a physical of let me start that over again. Imbalanced adrenal glands are a physical effect of our high stress lives. So if you're always in that fight or flight mode, you're going to have stressed lives. If you're always connected on your phone and on your computer, you're going to have stressed, fatigued adrenals. I'm the first one to admit it's difficult to slow down, to not be on that phone, first thing in the morning to late at night. I know it's hard to sleep and to restore ourselves the way we are meant to. And this means stress hormones like adrenaline, and cortisol run high, putting our adrenal glands in constant crisis mode. When stress hormones are high, the body feels anything but safe and holds on to fat in preparation for crisis mode. And the fat that it holds on to is belly fat, and it's the most dangerous fat that we can hold on to. It leads to metabolic syndrome, which is high blood pressure, blood sugar levels that are off, the waist circumference, all lends to this metabolic imbalances that lead to diabetes, heart disease, cancers, that sort of thing that we talked about earlier. So restoration is a very personal thing, and what refills your cup may very well drain that of your sister or your friend or your mom or your partner. Make a list of the things that help you feel more rested, relaxed, and at peace in your life. And try to practice at least one thing on your list every day, and naps count. I'm going to tell you, I am the queen of Sunday afternoon naps. We get home from church, and that's the first thing I try to do. Reading is also a really important downtime for me, just alone in my bed. And then meditation. I touched on it before, how important I think it is. Meditation is a helpful holistic technique across the board. It helps people who practice it to acquire a grateful mindfulness of their feelings and thoughts. They become cognizant of emotions they never noticed before. Meditation can, for example, help binge eaters become aware of how they use food to deal with problematic emotions. It can also help them notice when they're actually hungry and when they're full. Both of these work together to address the underlying causes of overeating. So, in sort of our final little bit of time here together, I want to, in the spirit of the holistic tradition, nutrition, encourage you to choose the techniques, principles, and approaches you need to achieve your unique objectives. No two people are alike, and no one method is a panacea. When you visualize the behaviors and results that resonate uniquely with you. When you exercise, choose effective routines that you yourself enjoy. Be fully present in the process and place yourself squarely in the center of whatever choice you make. And when you engage in these activities, find the connection between them. Meditate after you work out. Reflect on your day after you've chosen whole nutrient-dense foods. Engage in a positive message as you do your workout routine. Across the board, embrace yourself as the owner and the subject of your weight loss routine. You're not doing this for anybody else except for yourself. And make sound decisions accordingly. Find out what you love and do those things. This will make all the difference in a successful weight loss strategy and across the board living a long, healthy, productive life. When you make choices that are good for you, not for everybody else. Remember that the above techniques, the ones that we all just talked about, should always be used in conjunction with a healthy, responsible diet and an exercise plan. They must be tailored to your unique goals, challenges, and patterns in the spirit of holistic medicine. Always consult your doctor before engaging in any weight loss regimen. Over the years, I've really learned that trying to apply the same old equation, like when I owned some health and wellness centers, we had sort of a one diet fits all. You could switch it up to what you like to eat, but pretty much you got the same amount as the next woman got to eat. I really have come away from that. The same equation doesn't fit for everybody. Everybody is such an individual. And if you try to do that, if you try to stick yourself in somebody else's equation, it's usually going to end up in feeling badly about yourself because you might not be as successful as they are on that program for them. I sincerely believe that everyone understood how to support the unique needs of their own bodies. There should be no hindrance to naturally maintaining a healthy weight throughout your life. I hope you can get off the dieting merry-go-round and embrace this natural solution to weight loss. And above all, I encourage you to accept yourself for who you are right now. No matter what the scale says, let yourself and feel yourself to be beautiful today. And I also want to talk about you starting your transformation today. Continuing the feeling that you just got from this webinar, this workshop, of feeling beautiful and investing in yourself and your future well-being. And that's what's going to happen during the challenge in February. It starts February 1, and it's going to include everything that we just talked about here. You're going to get a food program to follow, but it's adjustable to you, what you want to do with it. It's not strict, and it's foods that you're going to like. You're going to get the most effective fat loss exercises, but if there's something in there that you don't like or don't want to do, you're not going to be told that you have to do it. It's just important to include some exercise, like I said, 4 times a week, doing something that you love. You're going to get 4 weekly learning lessons. The first one's going to be about detoxing and diet, the 5 foods that do create the most cravings and digestive upset. If some of you have already done the reset program with me, you're going to know some of these. You're going to know this already, but we're just going to reemphasize it. We're going to talk about boosting energy. A lot of times when you do a transformation, when you change something, if you've been used to getting a kick from sugar, a high from sugar or from caffeine, and we change some of those things, you need to have your energy boosted naturally. So we're going to talk about that. We're going to talk about reducing stress, and we're going to really pinpoint that adrenal fatigue and sort of give you a checklist if it's your thyroid or your adrenals that you're sort of dealing with. There is a difference. So we're going to take a look at that. We're also going to talk about fighting pain. A lot of us experience headaches, or if we've carried a lot of weight for a lot of years, we have joint pain. We're going to address that sort of thing as well in one of the learning lessons. You're going to get menus and grocery lists to follow, which are going to be really super easy. You're going to get resources for meditation and visualization, some of my favorite ones, and how to begin both of them. This is all going to be like a process over the month. You're going to get 30 days of emails that include tips, strategy, daily affirmations, so those daily good messages that you should be telling yourself. You're going to get motivations, strategy for better sleep, which is a really, really big one. You're going to get tracking tools. You are going to get unlimited text and email support from me. Again, if you have a support team, great. If you don't, then you can always have me, and we'll get you the support that you need. So normally in the past, I've done this whole program over 6 months with a client and tracked them for 6 months. And I usually charge $11.99 for that. If you've ever done any of my workshops or challenges, they used to be $30. Then they increased to $147 and $199 because you're getting a lot more information, a lot more material in them. This workshop and challenge, this is the first time that I've done the weight loss one in a workshop challenge form. So to get you started on the transformation and get you involved with the challenge, I'm only going to charge you $99. Like I said, it's the first time that I put it into this form. So the challenge starts February 1. So I would need your registration soon, tonight, before February 1st, so you can get the all the starting information that you need, the starting emails that you need. And you can email me. You probably already have my email address, but there it is if you don't have it. And just let me know that you want to get registered, and I'll get you all set up for that. So let's get this started today. Let's do this together. I'm going to be doing this as well. Like I said, I started in January. I'm going to continue to do this in February with you. So I just want to thank you all for joining me tonight, this afternoon, whenever you're listening to this. I appreciate your support. And again, let's do this. Thank you.